Risk Reduction and Management Council, Kagalang-Galang Voltaire T. Gasmin. Ladies and gentlemen, that formally concludes the nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill for the first quarter of 2015. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa lahat ng mga lumahok dito sa ating pilot venue sa lungsod ng Marikina at ang ating mga kababayan na nakipagtulungan na makisama sa ating drill sa iba't ibang bahagi ng ating bansa. Maraming salamat po at I will take this opportunity to inform everyone that Rappler is live streaming this particular event and had been monitoring social media with tweets and posts using Oplan, hashtag Oplan Pagyanig. They have gotten tweets across Metro Manila, La Union, the province of Oplan, the Bicol provinces, Angeles City, Bulacan, and Ilocos Norte, of netizens doing the duck cover and hold. You can check these reports in Project Agos Alert Map online. And we'd also like to thank our guest of honor, Secretary Voltaire Gasmin, for gracing this drill, as well as the Honorable Mayor of the City of Marikina, Honorable Del de Guzman, and our other guests, Undersecretary Pama, Director Solidum, Director Briones, Vice Mayor Cadiz. Thank you very much for joining us in this morning's activity. Also, our friends from the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. David Carden and his staff, thank you. The staff of Director Renato Solidum from FIVOX, our colleagues from the Office of Civil Defense, our colleagues from the Department of Social Welfare and Development, colleagues from the National Economic Development Authority, our friends from the Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers, from the Manila Water Company, from Shell, Total Philippines, Isla LPG, Petron, the Philippine Petroleum Institute of the Philippines, the men and women of the uniformed services of the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Army, Navy, and Air Force, the Philippine Coast Guard, and and the Philippine National Police. And also our friends and co-workers in government hailing from the city of Marikina, the local government unit of Marikina. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikipagtulungan sa amin dito sa pagsasagawa ng nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill. Also our friends from the private sector and the volunteer groups, our good friends from the Philippine Red Cross. Hello, thank you. Thank you for joining us in this activity. Also the rescue groups in the city of Marikina, our good friends from the Light Rail Transit Authority. Maraming salamat po. Mukhang hindi ko na mababanggit ang lahat dahil naubos na yung listahan ko. maraming salamat at naway maging ligtas, panatag ang ating bayan laban sa hamon ng mga panganib. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
So that's it for a nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill. We've seen different scenarios here in Marikina. The first one is a 7.2 magnitude earthquake caused by the movement of the West Valley Fault System. Now, the West Valley Fault System, I think, is the biggest earthquake hazard for Metro Manila. It runs from across the different cities, and a potential movement, according to the MMIers study, is that 40% of the residential infrastructures will be affected if the West Valley Fault System moves. And we have here NDRMC Executive Director Yusek Alexander Pama. Sir, how would you evaluate today's drill?
It was basically a good drill. Primarily, the main focus we were having was both on the reaction po ng ating mga kababayan and yung pong ating mga responders. And we have seen in the screen in the different areas that our responders are basically equipped. And then number two, they have been following protocols. And number three, they have performed credibly well insofar as the earthquake is concerned. We are focusing on those two aspects, the reaction of the people at large, and the reaction also of our responders. Because these are the two things that basically are quite important when these things would happen.
Sir, how prepared are we? And how prepared are we in responding to earthquakes?
We have already gone a long way so far as preparation is concerned. One, ang importante po rito, yung consciousness ng ating mamamayan. They're quite conscious of this already. And then number two, yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung response ng ating mga emergency responders. These are the very two important things. Ang isang bagay pa siguro na dapat pa natin i-develop yung mga structural saka mga physical preparation that should be improved insofar as we go on.
Sir, we've seen some netizens doing the dock cover and hold. Maybe you can challenge our viewers on personal preparedness, individual preparedness.
Yes, that's going to be a very good challenge to our netizens, not only netizens but actually the public at large, that we would encourage them, whether there's a drill or no drill, just to develop what we call the muscle memory. Individually, they can imagine that there's going to be an earthquake, and one, identify already the safe areas in their respective houses, in their respective offices, and then practice it. Huwag po tayong mahiya. Practicein natin dahil pag na-develop po natin yung muscle memory na tinatawag, pagdating ng oras, magiging automatic na ho. Kasi ang critical po rito, the first few seconds, the first few minutes, na pag nangyari yan, we should not lose our composure, and consciousness, and know what to do. Yun ang pinaka-importante.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
sir.
much. Salamat
Thank you,
sa
pa. And we also have here the director of the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. We all know him, Dr. Renato Solidum. Sir, good morning.
Morning.
Kumusta po yung drill today?
Maganda. Although the focus now would not be in schools but the city employees, we have to understand that local government should provide vital services immediately after an extreme event like a major earthquake. Therefore, the first thing that the city government must do or the local government must do is make sure that their employees know what to do before, during, and after a major event, and that would be their safety, so that they can now deliver the service after the event. So, maganda naman ang pinakita, and I think many interactions were shown on this drill, not only by the city employees but also the other relevant organizations within Metro Manila that should link up with the city.
Sir, yung scenario today is based on a 7.2 magnitude. Gaano ka posible na mangyari to?
Okay, the magnitude 7.2 earthquake scenario is what we call the maximum credible earthquake that the West Valley Fault can deliver. It is also possible that smaller magnitude events can be delivered by the fault, obviously. If 7.2 is reached, then it can also deliver lower magnitude. However, we need to prepare for this maximum credible earthquake simply because if we prepare for this big event, we have prepared for the smaller events. Now, the possibility of a large magnitude earthquake happening in the West Valley Fault is supported by our previous studies that would indicate that the West Valley Fault has moved 4 times in the past 1,400 years. And the interval of movement would be roughly 400 to 600 years. And the last earthquake occurred in 1658, which is 357 years ago. Meaning, it is near the lower limit of the movement of the fault. And as we know, faults don't really follow averages, so it can deliver an earthquake earlier or much later. The bottom line, though, is if it's earlier, we have to really be prepared.
Sir, we've seen netizens, the public, from as far as Ilocos Norte, the Bicol region, doing the dock cover and hold. How important is this exercise, yung dock cover and hold, for the individual preparedness?
The dock cover and hold is the most important act that people would do or supposed to be doing during an earthquake and after. This would ensure that people's lives are safe so that other actions that we are supposed to do will be done. So this should not be only be done by the ordinary citizen but even to the highest officials of government. Because the response after the earthquake would all be related to how many people are present after the major event? How many people can do the action? How many people can provide service or help other people after the earthquake?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so again, we've seen here a lot of netizens participating using the hashtag Oplan Pagyanig. As far as Ilocos Norte, the Bicol region, they've all been preparing using the dock cover and hold. And siguro one last word from one of our disaster experts, Mr. Martin Aguda of Orange Helmets. Maybe, sir, you can talk about the dock cover and hold, individual preparedness.
Yeah, we'd like to encourage everyone after the drill still do the duck cover and hold procedure. Practice it regularly. You don't just do it during planned drills, but as oftentimes as we do it, especially children will have a quick recall, and everything will just be seems automatic when it happened. So we call it immediate action drill. So practice, practice, and practice.
Because disasters can strike at any time.
That's right.
Sige. Thank you. Okay, so that's it for nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill. You can continue the conversation online using the hashtag Oplan Pagyanig. You can check the Project Agos alert map at agos.rappler.com for the reports. For the people who participated in this event beyond Marikina. And you can also check the Move PH Facebook page for some of our partners who did the dock cover and hold exercise, and we'd like to thank Ding Dong Dantes, Yusek Alexander Pama, our beauty queens from Miss Earth, and Miss Gretchen Ho. Okay, so as Sir Martin said, earthquake individual preparedness is key to surviving earthquakes, and of course we'll continue the conversation in Project Agos and in Move PH. Thanks again for joining us. I'm David Lozada here in Marikina City.